Hey everybody, so today's video is going to be about a question that I routinely get on my channel, and that is, if I was so happy as a denture wearer, why did I get implants? And I want to thank today's sponsor, Ivoclar Vivadent. Ivoclar is a dental manufacturing company that produces a lot of the equipment and products that dental professionals use to treat patients like us. I'm very thankful for their commitment to raising awareness on all of the issues that we face as denture wearers. If you want to learn more about their company, the link is in the description box, www.morethanAdenture.com. Okay, so the straightforward answer as to why I got implants, if I was doing so well with dentures, is because the opportunity presented itself. I mean, that's just what it is. I had been a denture wearer for a couple of years with fully removable dentures. I started my YouTube channel like 2 weeks after becoming a denture wearer, and I started to amass kind of a following. At the time, there wasn't really anybody vlogging about the denture wearing experience. And so I had, my own little community, my own little audience that I had built that appreciated the information that I shared and how vocal and open I was about something that, a lot of people stigmatized. A lot of people were afraid to speak out about it. And so that's what I was doing. And I did that for a couple of years. And then I got wind of a contest that was going on in which you upload a video as your contest entry and you explain why you want implants and how they would benefit you. And I had a slight advantage in that, I already did videos and I already had a following that appreciated what I did, that would help me win the contest. And so that's what I did. And I can't imagine that anybody else would not do the same thing. You know what I mean? Like, anybody that has the opportunity to get something that's literally on their list of things to do, and it's thousands of dollars, it's very much out of reach for a lot of people. I had the opportunity to do that, and so I did it. And I don't think that anybody else would do anything differently. But understanding that implants are so inaccessible for a lot of people that are living on limited income, that don't have 50 grand sitting in their bank account. I don't just talk about implants on here. I do talk about dentures. Before I got my dentures, I had a plan. I thought, okay, I'm going to get dentures. I'll wear the dentures for maybe 6 months, at which point my parents are going to refinance their house and fund my implant, fiasco, because it was always a long-term goal of mine to get implants. And I'll get into that in a minute. But, I was young. I was 26. It was ridiculous. And honestly, I don't know if I would have had the courage to go through with getting dentures at the time if I didn't think that I would shortly after be getting implants, right? Because I had a lot of the same misconceptions that people have, that you have to have implants to function, that, long term, you're not really going to have success as a denture wearer. Shortly after getting my dentures, not only did I realize that my parents are not going to take out a second mortgage and help fund, $60,000 worth of dental work for me, but that at the time I didn't really need it. All of my ideas of what it meant to be a denture wearer and how well I would adapt and function and feel, as far as physically being able to eat food and speak properly, and then the mental aspect of, how I feel about myself, all of that changed after I became a denture wearer. And I realized that I had it all wrong. I did very, very well as a denture wearer. But I knew through all of my research, reading on different websites, different articles put out, talking to dentists, getting in forums and discussing this stuff with other denture wearers, I realized that over time, once your teeth are removed, the process of your bone shrinking begins. The most rapid period for bone loss is during that first year. Like, once your teeth are pulled, the bone shrinks because your teeth is the only thing that's keeping that bone down there intact. Once they're gone, it starts to kind of shrink. Depending on how much bone you lose, you might run into an issue down the road where the dentures do not fit properly. Like with my mom, she had nothing on the bottom to support her bottom denture. Nothing. Like, it was just completely flat. they were flopping all over the place. And that's what tends to happen. And everybody's different. So you don't know to what extent it's going to happen to you. I have, through the years, talked to many people who've been like, I'm 80 years old and I've had dentures since I was 30 and I've never really had any issues with them. They fit just fine and I do very well with them. So you can't just run with bone loss. You're never going to be able to function, because there's a lot of people who can. But then in the case with my mom, she couldn't. And it got to the point where if she wants teeth in her mouth, she's going to have to get them supported by implants, whether that's what I have, where they don't come out, or it's like a snap-in situation where you have the little mini implants there and a denture that snaps into that. Because any kind of implant is going to stabilize the bone. Any kind of implant, whether it's what I have or the snap-ins, the presence of the implant just being there stimulates bone growth. It preserves the bone. And so you're not really going to experience bone loss to the same extent that you would if you didn't have anything in there at all. And again, the timeline of that varies, but I knew that if I'm getting my teeth pulled at 26, I've got all these years to go. I don't know how my body is going to respond. I don't know what the future is going to look like for me and whether I'm going to be successful or not. So that's why I always knew that at some point when I'm able to, I'm going to get implants. Dentures were never the end game for me, even though I did very, very well with them. And if it wasn't for the contest, I don't know when I would have been able to afford them. A lot of people that I get messages from now, they're 55, 60 years old, or they're just entering retirement. They've got a little bit of a nest egg and the option to get the implants is there where it wasn't before. Trust me, a lot of people are in the same position, especially if you're like me. I have a family of 6. That's expensive. And then you throw in a mortgage and car payments and, activities for the kids. They need back to school clothes and supplies and all of that. A lot of people are limited in options on if they can afford implants or not. So I get it and I completely empathize and I'm there. Like, if I didn't win these in a contest, I don't know if I would have implants right now, but it doesn't mean that it wasn't a goal of mine. And I can't apologize that I entered a contest and won mine. Trust me, I do not take that for granted at all. I'm extremely grateful that I had that opportunity. I do hope that we get to a point where dental insurance includes implants. So implants have always been my goal, even though at no point as a denture wearer in the 2 years that I wore dentures did I feel like this is not sustainable, it's not working out for me. And if I didn't get implants and I had worn dentures this whole time, I don't know if that would have changed. I don't know if I would have hit a wall with them to where, I've lost so much bone that they're moving all over the place and I have to at least get a few on the bottom to stabilize that one. I hope that answers your question. I know that people are very confused when they hear me constantly talking about dentures on here and then they discover that I have implants. I like to keep in mind that a lot of people are not going to start out with implants. Like I said, I'm getting messages from people that are in retirement age that are just now able to afford the implants. So they went all these years with removable dentures. Like, they started with dentures, I started with dentures. A lot of people do start with dentures. I want to keep that like the dominant part of my conversation on this channel because I'm considering reality and how expensive implants are. But since I do have implants, I talk about them too, because that is a goal for a lot of people. And I think that that's a good goal for people to have. That's something that you definitely should consider striving for many reasons. But I also understand that some people might worry about whether dentures are a good option when they see so many people that started with dentures and end up with implants. They're probably thinking like, no way am I gonna be able to afford that. So like, why would I wanna get dentures? If all of these denture wearers are going to implants, then and I don't think that that's in the cards for me now or ever, then why would I get dentures? I'm so glad that I got dentures. I'm so glad that it played out the way that it did, because it wasn't the implants that changed my life. It was my dentures. My removable dentures gave me my smile back. They gave me, my ability to have a healthy diet, have a normal diet, gave me my confidence back. It got me out of pain. Like, there were so many benefits that I saw just from my removable dentures, even the first set that was the cheapest dentures that they had at the time. And I don't regret that for a minute, but it would be unwise and unethical even for me to not discuss the fact that bone loss does happen. I don't make the rules. I'm just the messenger. This is just the way that our bodies work. And again, you really don't know how much of an impact that's going to have on you and your ability to continue to see success as a denture wearer. So there it is. I hope that that answered your question. Leave a comment below if you need clarification on anything or any advice. Let me know if you started out with dentures thinking you'd never get implants, and then now you're going through the process of getting the implants. Like, give some hope to people that think that it's not possible, because we don't know what the future holds. We don't know what, types of insurance reform are going to take place to, consider these things and consider this at some point as a medically necessary procedure. I hope that that day comes so that everybody can enjoy the benefits of implants. If you found this video helpful, make sure that you give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and click the bell so that you get all the notifications as to when I post new content. All of my social links are in the description box below, and I will see you guys again next time, and y'all take care.